大家晚安，欢迎来到看学个出游戏。现在在播放的是，现在在玩的是《潜行者混沌召唤》，然后继2周，应该快3周，3周前玩的那个进度就是看一下。多想啊！我把那个什么，那个头目跟那个背后的实验家把他们赶跑之后，拿到这个卡片吗？还是没有，到那个什么。那个实验室后出来的，就是这样。我突然有点不习惯这个跑步，可能那个shift已经快被我按爆了吧。目标是找这个，这个跑步有点。切换。后面应该可以啊。我看一下AD 子弹、穿甲弹，这个是穿甲弹。非常的危险。我尽快把这个把它通关吧。但我觉得一直没有那个玩游戏的。实况游戏动力最近很少。 那一只那个。它应该是这是是安全的，看到尸体，有水。你也太屌了吧！我被打了呢。
Roger that, Major. Hey, I got good news. We finally acquired the exact coordinates of the source of interference. The signal is coming from the kindergarten building.
在我后面。想说会不会看到，被他发现。那一只不打不行，他会走回来。对，他走回来。被那个挡住了。下一个目标。 我要凶，对吧？不要像那一次，不要跟那一次一样来10几只就好了，其他都还好讲。这边好像没有人死。好像可能需要带的，这带不起。地上。不要那个就好了，不要租矮人就好了，其他都好讲。痛哦！他又跑了。进来呀！两只。哦，粉痛，真的粉痛。超痛的啊！门不能开，然后这个楼梯，可以爬吗？炸毁啦！是门被锁。你怎么在这边等死呢？我也想不起来，下来要死。
Is that really you? Well, I'll be. We were starting to think we'd never see our doc again. So what happened?
Well, it's a long story. I'll tell you another time.
Okay. Thanks for your help. By the way, the Colonel wants you to pay him a visit.
Thanks. I'll do that.
Also, Gary headed for Yanov's station to restock. He asked me to tell you that he won't be back for a few days.
Gotcha.
So, tell me, where were you?
You're not going to believe me anyway, but in a fridge.
What fridge? Where did you find it?
Where did I find it? I'd like to see you find anything in my estate.
And what state would that be?
Not quite sure how to describe it.
回来了。
Well, I'm listening.
我跟他讲话可能就是要撤离了，就最后一个任务了。好像他们都去了。4个加5。不能讲话，好吧？我这一关就把它过一过。
I spoke to the HQ commander and reported the situation to him along with all the information that's been collected. There won't be any helicopter support for a while. He suggested that we fortify our position and await further orders. USS observers are currently at the HQ, so you'll be able to talk to your superiors soon enough.
Colonel, a radio signal has been detected, and its source is not far from the base. The transmission is encrypted, and I haven't been able to crack it yet.
Do you have the coordinates?
Yes, I have the coordinates, but the signal is intermittent, and it's moving.
Monolith again?
就表明我们快点上，是吗？啊，中啊！然后那个。那个向导已经回去了，那向导跑回去了，然后这边的人就死光了。这个时间呢，就什么都别想。前面好像是。绕过去，就可以杀了。可是杀它不会掉东西，没浪费。刚讲而已，然后这边好像都还好，都背着。 哇，这边不能绕过去。是只呢，我还知道吧？应该被他们看到。后面还有。被发现。佣兵团，这边有一大堆啊！果然是前有狼后有虎啊！真是是。
The signal is back. Transmitting coordinates.
我有点忘记了，我要怎么追他？
The signal is gone. It's back. It's right next to you.
I don't see anyone.
It's close, and it's moving toward our base.
It's underground.
Major Kowalski here. You better get back here. We need to prepare for possible attack. Bastards won't catch us with our pants down this time.
跑远一点啊！完蛋了，跑远一点，我帮你们。靠近。Come on. 是不会遇到的，希望。不要跑到。要打不行。
Don't shoot. I'm headed to the main entrance.
Who are you?
Who are you? Don't shoot.
My name is S.T.A.L.K.E.R.
You're the stalker who disabled the Scorcher?
Yes, but my plan didn't work. I came here to speak with your commanders. I have information that will allow the army to take control of the zone and destroy it.
And the mission is starting.
Come, let's talk inside.
We've got a problem. Our choppers are crashing for reasons that we've not understood yet.
Until we work it out, there won't be any helicopter support. The only way to get to the borders of the zone is on foot.
The reasons are obvious. There are many anomalies in the air, especially in the center of the zone.
We had a map with the safe air corridor between anomalies, and the helicopters had emission protection systems.
That's odd. You're telling me you haven't noticed that anomalies move around after an emission. Some disappear, and new ones show up in different places, which makes your map of anomalies effectively useless.
So that's what it is.
What?
Emissions don't just follow one another. If you can scan the area and identify all the anomalies, the choppers will be able to collect us safely, provided they're dispatched right after an emission.
We must inform the HQ of this as soon as possible.
I'll contact my commanders right after the emission. Lieutenant, get him on the line as soon as you can.
最后一个任务了，然后这边就是他把门关起来，这边不能出去。只能一句啊。这个消息能传到谁？你想把什么消息？不是情，这个消息也可以去。我想我去就可以。再10分钟。 它没有把这个部分呢，它把它连接起来的话，又步行过去也可以。然后这边就很多潜在的危险这样。对啊，它做出这个道路就这样就浪费了。你这边就可以走过来，然后这边可以过来这边。不然认真要讲起来，地图还算很大。它并没有把可以连接的部分把它全部连起来。
Looks like the emission is over. Kirill, contact HQ.
HQ on the line. 好吧，差不多。下虚了，然后不能跟他讲话。
Colonel, why did comms go down?
Because of the emission, it's impossible to establish comms during one.
Okay. Alright, listen up. Operation Fairway is being taken over by the USS. Is Major Dektarev there?
Yes.
Okay. He's in command from now on. Tell him to stay put, to be contacted by his superiors shortly.
Roger.
好，最后任务了，就是现在要撤离了。
Major, do you read me?
Major Degtyarev here. I read you.
Good. As of this moment, you are responsible for completing Operation Fairway. Kowalski and the Stingray Squad will assist you. Report.
I've managed to acquire documents about experiments carried out in the zone. Furthermore, we've been contacted by a stalker who's been in the CNPP. His name is S.T.A.L.K.E.R, and he's offered us his cooperation.
Roger. Accept his offer. You know what caused our helicopters to crash?
Yes, I have the data, and S.T.A.L.K.E.'s information confirms it. The helicopters were hit by anomalies after their locations changed during the emission. The anomaly map issued to the pilots turned out to be useless.
Good. That means we have until the next emission. You'll be collected together with the stalker from position B28. Stingray Squad will be evacuated with you. The birds are already in the air. Over and out.
You heard the news, fellas. When we go, stick together and keep the stalker alive. Any questions? Get ready to move. Major, can I have a word?
Okay. 10个，这边有那个，像是可以开门，不行。对，我需要子弹。子弹都在外面。开门了，拜托开门了！我要捡子弹。
Move out, squad.
开门，开门！啊，捡错了。听到直升机的声音。慢一点啊！等我， 等我，哎、
Скотина!
要练战，靠掉。好，快走，快走！跳，打死你！快走！后面那个就不用理了，主要是前面的。这边会有。
Там в здании около десятка зомбированных.
是可以捡子弹的，就是3个都不怕后面对，这边有，我希望他们会。
Every zombie in Pripyat is going to be coming. We've got to move faster. Come on!
应该会在那边等我吧。我想捡子弹。应该没有时间限制吧？
Major, where are you? We need to get S.T.A.L.K.E.R to the evacuation point. Major, we can't wait for you much longer.
Stay alert and follow orders. We're real close to the evacuation point. Let's move.
Again, maybe we should go around the building.
There's no time. Check your weapons and fire at will.
那个跳也太离谱了吧！我那种跳，刚刚那种跳也太高了吧！而且刚刚还不少只。我没有看到，我都看到，你还没看到。
Fire at will. Go.
有空，等下呢？没办法。 时候牺牲是必须的啦。
Don't stop. Keep moving.
It's here.
Run.
Okay, run.
走，快点走，走啊！哇，快跑！这是哪个混蛋呢
Major detail report taking heavy fire from an unidentified enemy. We cannot hold out for long.
很痛哎！全挡了。看不到人啊！
Внимание, противник! Есть 200-й! Валять, подростка!
Кусал мой подарок! На тебе, на!
worth it.
然后最离谱的是，是的，结束了，回来，也是可以攻击显示这几，你在那边等着要来打，应该是飞在空中，这个很高的，虽然说。 应该是那个什么。
As a reward for successfully completing his investigation, Dekhtyrov was offered a promotion to colonel and the position of mission coordinator. he declined the opportunity to work at the HQ and submitted a personal request to be sent to the zone as the USS Permanent Observer. The information about the development of psi devices obtained by Degtyarev alerted USS commanders. All the information gathered on X-designated laboratories was removed from military archives and filed as top secret. All personnel working in the zone were ordered to prevent the disclosure of information about the laboratories at any cost. Several experimental samples were made on the basis of technical documents for Item 62. Following a set of test trials, it was decided not to go ahead with large-scale deployment of the weapon due to the high cost of ammunition. Nonetheless, it would be reasonable to assume that further development of the Gauss rifle is ongoing. Sultan and his gang left the Skadovsk to do their shady business elsewhere after their attempts to capture the ship failed. The ensuing feeling of relative safety among stalkers led to a massive increase in the number of artifacts sold to Beer, causing his business to boom, while the formerly quiet Skadovsk bar became as popular as the famous 100 Rods bar, despite being almost in the center of the zone. Following the destruction of the Bloodsucker Lair, it's unlikely that anything could significantly change the state of affairs on the Skadovsk. The old ship became a temporary center of stability in the ever-changing world that is the Zone. A fragile balance was reached between freedom and duty squads at Yanov Station. Tired of the endless struggle, fighters of both factions started leaving their squads and joining the Free Stalkers. The scientific expedition, organized by Professors Herman and Ozersky, was a success. The data they collected facilitated the development of groundbreaking medicine and technology, which prompted the Ministry of Education to allocate additional funding for researching the zone. Gary's stories about the Army's fate scared stalkers away from Pripyat. The few who dared to venture into the city ran into inexplicable phenomena, which added further dark strokes to an already gloomy picture of the dead city. Organized mercenary squads continue to be active in the zone. Their interest in the secret laboratories is becoming increasingly difficult for USS operatives to ignore. Attempts to establish the identity of the client who hired the mercenaries proved unsuccessful. The area around Yanov Station continues to attract growing numbers of stalkers. The lack of dangerous mutants and abundance of anomalous areas have led to the area being referred to as a treasure trove, with increasing regularity. Rumors of Zulu's fate reached the leader of duty, General Voronin. Counter to most expectations, Voronin decided to posthumously award Zulu with the Silver Shield, duty's highest decoration. Vano headed off to the freedom-controlled military warehouses, where his cheerful personality and optimism quickly earned him the popularity they merited. Ultimately, he took charge of a small group of researchers involved in investigating anomalous areas. A new group appeared in the zone. They are well trained, but their objectives are not known. Rumors say they used to be monolith fighters. Their leader is known as Strider. Senior Lieutenant Sokolov continued to take part in flying missions over the zone. During one such recon flight over Limansk, his aircraft was shot down by mercenaries. 2 weeks later, he was picked up by a patrol near the cordon. Within a month of his rescue, Sokolov had left the Air Force, joining a civil airline instead. A group of stalkers was forced to seek shelter on Noah's old barge during a particularly powerful emission. When the barge was attacked by a horde of snorks afterwards, stalkers were forced to concede that the barge was as good a defense against mutants as anything they'd seen. even more astonishing was a litter of pseudo-dog puppies that Noah himself led into battle against the Snorks. Having found out about his friend's fates, Cardin gave up dreams of a stalker career. Having overcome his alcoholism, he moved to Yanov, where he partnered up with Nitro to set up a full-service repair shop. Both technicians gladly devote all their spare time to building a vehicle that could operate in the zone. S.T.A.L.K.E.R passed on the information he obtained on his trip to the Chernobyl NPP to the USS commanders. This prompted the government to create a scientific institute for research of the Chernobyl anomalous area. S.T.A.L.K.E.R took up the position of chief scientific consultant to the institute. When Colonel Kowalski, commander of the Stingray Group, returned from the zone, he was forced to explain the reasons for the failure of Operation Fairway. Following a dragged-out investigation and the brass's failed attempt to make him the fall guy, the colonel was finally given an honorable discharge.
好，这款游戏就玩到这边啦。其实它这一款，认真讲起来，感觉还不错。在那个动画中，他们互动的对话，看望。整体来讲，
праздник красных флагов, звонкий смех детей. Все исчезло, остались слезы среди камней. Растворяя осколки грез, мы вспомним друга былом. Тень ошибки из детских слез, с ней живем. Время жить, время умирать, не время нам, о судьбе другой мечтать, не вернуть былого вновь. Прости меня, мой дом родной.
我还是蛮期待在最后还会看到。世界后，最后的。
А жизнь на экране повторяет бег, но реальность ранит хуже всяких бед. Забываем о призвании свысока. Мертвой листвою.
好吧，然后感谢你的收看。那喜欢我的影片呢，记得订阅，订阅旁边会有个小闹钟，记得要点。我在 YouTube 上做直播的，由于就是已经隔了两个礼拜，快3个礼拜才在实况啊，我尽量就是在找回那时候的那个热情，继续直播下去。现在3点半才玩1个小时嘛，那我等一下再直播一个恐怖游戏。 那一款你就因为玩了很多次，好，等我一下，我先关掉，然后等一下再开。好，拜拜。